Hey guys, Chris the Batman Statue Collector. Look at what's here. This is the Detective Comics 1000 Jason Fabok statue, 1/3 scale, Prime 1 Studio. This thing is beyond epic, and today I'm going to be reviewing it for you guys. Again, I just cannot believe it's here. Let's do it right now. Welcome back, guys. Again, I'm Chris the Batman Statue Collector, and look at these two monsters over my shoulder. Of course, this is what we're reviewing today, the Detective Comics 1000 Jason Fabok Prime 1 Studio, 1/3 scale, baby. This is literally one of the most badass statues that I've ever seen in person. I mean, look at this thing. It is beyond epic. It is crazy big. It is crazy just in every sense of the term. It is beyond epic. I am tongue-tied. I cannot believe this is in the Batcave. This is a grail upon grails for me. It is the coolest thing I've seen in a very, very long time, and so I cannot wait to review this for you guys. Of course, this is the deluxe. It has the extra portraits. It's got the chest swap out and all of that good stuff, so I'm going to give you all the full details on this piece. But before we do that, if you are new here, please consider hitting the subscribe button, hit the like button. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. It helps other collectors find this content. Also consider hitting the join button down below for early access. You can also get this guy in the description in the link down below. So without further ado, let's review this incredible piece from Prime 1 Studio. All right, guys, so here we go. Look at this. Just look at this statue from Prime 1 Studio. Jason Fabok, Detective Comics 1000, 1/3 scale. This thing is just insane. It might be one of the best Batman statues ever made. I'm in awe, guys. I am tongue-tied. It is just absolutely incredible what I'm witnessing in front of me right now. But let's get right into it. Let's start with the base like we always do. Obviously, the base has been critiqued. Some people feel like it's a little bit dollhouse-like. It is a forced perspective base, but I really like it. I think it works here. And you also have this great smoke effect, this kind of cloud cover billowing up. And you notice the white effect. It's kind of a gray in person. It looks a little bit more white on camera. And then it transitions slowly into a grayish blue, which looks really great. And that goes all the way down and up and around. I think that's a really nice touch. It adds a really nice flow of movement to it. It's even got a bat attached here. It keys in right there. That looks good. Also, the front detail, as you can see, it's got the Batman emblem down here underneath. So that's really cool. Got some gold elements, and that does continue all the way around with the brickwork. You can see the texture, the detail there. These areas here are kind of a bluish gray, whereas the brick are a little bit more of a kind of like a purplish color, highlighted by some of that same blue, which looks good. I'm actually kind of surprised there's not a Batman emblem on the back. A lot of times the Arkham pieces have those, and sometimes even the non-Arkham pieces have had those, but a lot of the same elements that the Arkham pieces have. I also want to point out while we're back here, this chimney. This chimney actually helps hold up the cape, which I think is brilliant. And we'll definitely talk about the cape here in just a bit, but this is really nice that, it just stabilizes everything and it's not really in the way. You're going to notice the roof line. You can see the texturing on the roof line looks great. I love this roof here with the crosses on the top. That's really cool. Again, you have that purplish gold there as well. And again, this is where it keys in on the corner. You also have these great bats here, which is phenomenal. These bats are bigger than Batman Hush, the Batcave edition. They key in much, much easier. So that's really awesome. I love that. And then, of course, you have the front here with the great window. It just looks great. Really, really good. Also this here, you have some of these roof line chimney elements as well. Looks like stone. Looks awesome. So let me spin it around here and show you the boots. Since we're on the back side here, you see some nice black to gray ratio here. Really nice pull. Again, it is fully sculpted. There is nothing fabric on this. It even has some of the cross hatching effect, which is nice. Kind of like a leather effect holding the armor, the boot armor on. Kind of reminiscent of the original Batman '89. Very, very cool. You see the pitting in the shoe, kind of like a steel toe. That looks good. Let's go ahead and spin it around and show you the other boot and other side, just so you can see what I'm talking about here. Again, that great attention to detail that Prime 1 sculptors do. Again, you have that armor going all the way up to the kneecap, and then again, it looks like a strap is holding it on, so that looks good.
You see a little bit of black, a little bit of silver effects. This looks great. And of course, as we go up the figure itself, you're going to see all of these great details here. Let me stand up here so I get a little bit of better perspective. You can see again that pulling, that cross hatching on the legs. There is no trunks on this one. It is just the pants. I know that there was some controversy with the crotch area looking a little bit too bulgy, but in person it's not that way, so you don't have to worry about it being too inappropriate. I think a lot of the early on photos were just shadows, but there's definitely a little bit of a bat bulge in there. Not quite as crazy as it was when everybody was freaking out about it. Again, some great cross-hatching detail there. So he's got his balled up fist. So basically the torso here, the cape is all one piece, which is just insane. And the cape itself is its own character basically. But you have him balling up his fist here. That then goes into his gauntlets, which looks great. Again, the texturing is really great. And then just even as we go up the figure and see the level of detail, some people thought these were like seam lines. These are just part of the suit. It's it's just the way it's cut in. There's multiple places like that, so it's not a seam line at all. Looks really good in person. Again, the ab and the chest detail are really insanely good. Really good. The belt's good too. I feel like the belt might be my number one nitpick about the piece, is I feel like maybe it could have used a little bit more weathering on it. But it looks good. It's still got some, you can see some pits and some dents. And again, it's just identical to the art, so I think it looks really good. Again, look at the weather damage here, the scarring from battle. Looks really good. This is the first of 2 emblems, so if you get the regular version, this is what you get. It is just a magnet. It's a very strong magnet that you can put the other one in, and I will show you that swap out here in just a little bit. I want to keep going with the review. Again, the other balled up fist going in to the arm, and that looks really great. So this first portrait that we're going to look at right here is this is the looking down portrait. And so I'll show you, a little bit more detail what that looks like. Again, it looks really good. Oop, I got a little styrofoam on his nose. Let me just look at that. That is Fabok through and through. Just looks so great. And of course that has a really strong, nice magnet right there where he's looking down. And again, I'll sit back down here in a second so you guys can see that angle. But again, that's the way he looks like in the comics, where he is looking straight down. Let's talk about this cape. This cape, like I said, is its own character itself. It just goes on for days. I believe I said that this is 41 inches tall. It's just absolutely incredible. So people were asking, so this right here, so much of this feels like polystone. Like this is polystone. I think that the cape itself is a PVC material. There is a little bit of give with it. You can flex it a little bit. Let me see if I can show you that flex a little bit. So there is a little bit of flex, a little bit of give. So I think this is a very high quality PVC, which is great because it is not going to break, or it's less likely to break, and it's also not as heavy. So that is really, really nice. I think that is a really good idea. But I don't know exactly how they did it, because this arm is all, at least it feels like it's all polystone. And then it just, however it does it, it goes right into the cape, and you have that great attention to detail here. Let me spin it around so you guys can see the back side here. Again, there's a lot going on with the cape. Again, the back side is most likely something you're not going to display, but it's, it's got the texturing in there. It's just, there's so much detail on this. Hopefully you can capture it. But again, this is definitely a PVC. So you can see the bend, which is great. Again, I'm really happy they went with PVC. I think that's awesome. I do want to spin this around to show you kind of the side profile here. So let me kind of zoom back here. It's pretty flush. The cape is pretty darn flush. It sticks out a little bit here, right here. And it sticks out a little bit back on this back tip right there. But pretty much, I mean, it sticks pretty flush to the back of the base. I will get you some measurements here, but it's pretty flush, so it's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. All right, let me go ahead, and I'm going to come back down here. So again, you can kind of see the angle of how great that looks with him looking down. So I do recommend, if you're going to have this particular pose, which this is how I'm going to display him right here. If you want to have it this way, I would have him up, at least as high as maybe my Arkham pieces. I think that would look good, but the higher the better with this one. Now there are multiple head swap outs with this. This is the deluxe. So I'm going to bring your attention down here to the swap out bust. So you do get the bust. You can buy this bust for $150 at Sideshow with the regular head sculpt. This only comes with the one, which is disappointing because again we have multiple head sculpts. So we've got this one right here. This is the head sculpt that looks straight on. Notice no stubble at all, but he looks straight on, looks really good. And then you also have this one right here. This is the deluxe portrait where he's looking off to the side. He's got his mouth open a little bit. I think this is maybe my least favorite, but still looks okay. Still definitely captures that Fabok vibe. It really just depends on how you want it. And then this one right here, this is I think my second favorite. And this one's got a little bit of stubble, as you can see. White eyes. But it's great that it does come with one of these. But if you want holders to hold these two, another $300, $150 each. You do get that emblem right there with the bust. This is the one that comes with the exclusive right here. So this obviously can come off. Sorry, I'm doing this one-handed, guys. And we can swap it for this right here. And put that on there like that. And then we can put this emblem here on his chest. What do you think of that? That looks pretty badass too, right? I really like the way that looks. Although I think I prefer the traditional emblem because that's the way it looked like in the comic itself. But it just looks so good. Again, he looks good from every angle. I feel like every angle except this. Like if this is the only way you can display it, I don't love that angle. But if you can display it like that or straight, or even at this angle, like I think I prefer like that angle right there. I think that's my favorite angle. But I don't love the side profile as much. I think it looks a little bit wonky. Also, some people didn't love the foot placement. I don't mind it at all in person. I think it looks really good. I don't think it looks awkward. I think it works. But anyway, getting back to this torso. So you do get the torso with the deluxe, and that's really nice. And again, that portrait is really, really cool. Really, really cool. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and take this portrait off, and I'm going to replace it with this portrait that I was just showing you. So you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So this portrait, obviously he's looking off to the side. I think that looks really, really good. Okay, let me give you a full pan here. I think that looks really nice. Like that. So that is that swap out right there. Let me show you another one here. This is again probably my least favorite one, but it's where he's looking off to the other side. And I just don't know if I like that mouth open as much. Still looks good, but let me show you again, just kind of zoom back here. Just not my favorite look of all of them. Just okay. Not too bad. And then let me take off this one and I'll show you the last look. So this is the one that is just straight on. And I think that looks good too. But I do prefer his head down. So for the regular price point, you don't get this. That's only with the deluxe. But with the regular, you do get that emblem, this portrait right here, or the one looking down. So I don't feel like it's an EX or fail. But if you want the extra bells and whistles, if you want the extra torso, I think it's worth it. And I think that looks really, really good right there completely. looking straight ahead. But again, by far, this is a really cool look. But by far, my favorite is this one right here, looking down. I just feel like that's it. That's the pose. So you get this with the regular, guys. So if you want the regular, I think you're good to go. I have the links down below, guys, if you're interested in ordering. That does help support the channel. So, if you use that, thank you very, very much. Your support on this channel has just been mind-blowing, especially during the live unboxing. That was just so incredibly generous of you guys. But that's basically it. That's basically the swap outs. Again, I think I like this portrait second. And I'll probably keep it just like this, where I've got that logo with that head. Again, this one's got the little bit of 5 o'clock shadow, where the other ones don't have that. But the great thing is you can literally just, put them out front and center if you want to display the extra portrait. But look at this. Look at this statue. It's just absolutely insane. It's so beautiful. So majestic. I love it. Again, that's probably the angle I like the best. It just looks so good. Prime 1 nailed this one. Jason Fabok, freaking genius. It was so awesome to have him on the channel talking about this statue and the process of making it. Really, really cool. Okay, I know you guys are going to want some measurements, so we'll get to that next. I get to stare at this one all day. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and attempt, and I say attempt, to measure this. This is not an easy piece to measure if you watch the live unboxing, but I'm going to try to give you my best estimates as possible in order to do this. Now, if you're just talking about the depth of the house itself, the depth of the house itself is 14 inches, okay? 14 inches by 16. So 14 by 16 is the actual base, okay? Then if you add the clouds on top of that, the clouds come out an additional, I'm going to say 4.5 inches, okay? So we said that was 14 plus 4.5 inches, okay? So 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 and a half, about 18 and a half inches deep, just to give you an idea, okay? In terms of height, we're talking about the top of this. I already measured, and I believe, let me double check again, but I believe it was about 41 inches tall. And that's about what I'm getting again, about 41 inches tall to the top of the cape. Now I do have it on a turntable, so that's a little bit of a rise there, but still around 41 inches tall. So you're going to need a little bit of clearance with this one, okay? You can also see how massive it is. It's definitely going to take up some room for sure. I'm going to try my best here to give you the depth. Now, it pretty much goes to the very back. The cape itself is pretty flush with the base, as I told you guys. But there are little bits. You can see that this comes back a little bit more, and this corner comes back a little tiny bit more. So it's still, to the eye, it looks like it still feels pretty flush. So I don't think you're going to have to go back too far. I don't think that the website was accurate whenever they actually put this thing up for sale. I think the dimensions are much more family or user-friendly. I was going to say family-friendly, definitely more user-friendly, space-friendly. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea in terms of how far back it goes. Now, in terms of width, I said the base itself was about 16, but obviously the cape goes way further. So I'm going to try to do my best here to give you guys a measurement. And again, I'm just eyeballing this. Let me see if I can get this right. So basically it's from the tip of the bats over here to the tip over here. And I'm getting, again, this is just approximate, between 31 and 32 inches wide. So the width is really what's going to kill you, I think, more than anything. I don't think the depth is too bad. Obviously the height is going to be quite massive, but hopefully this gives you sort of an idea of what this is going to take up in your collection, because again, he's pretty big. So again, guys, there you have it. What do you think of the Batman? I think it is near perfection. Again, the only nitpick for me was the belt. Maybe the belt color could have matched the emblem. Again, I'm reaching here. I am so happy with this statue. I just cannot quit staring at it. It is epic.
is just so awesome. It is so awesome, and I'm so glad that I didn't cancel, because I almost did a couple of times, because I'm getting the other Fabok versus Joker diorama. I might be getting the Fabok over the Penguin. Lots of different choices for Fabok Batmans, but I've got him set up here. Obviously, right over there, I've got my Bat Bike. Who knows what's going to be on the other side? I cannot wait, but I cannot recommend this one to you guys enough. It is absolutely just incredible. It is iconic. I think it's one of the best Batman statues ever made, bar none. And I don't want you to sleep on this. I don't want you to sleep on it. So if you're interested, the link is down below, like I mentioned. Otherwise, I hope you can enjoy it from afar. I know 1/3 scale isn't for everybody, and I know some of you wanted this in 1/4 scale. I understand that. I get it. But this thing is worth it. If you have the room, if you have the funds, it is worth it. I love this piece. I'm so excited to have it in the collection. Anyway, I'm going to turn it over to you. What do you guys think about it? Are you going to order it because of this review? I would love to hear that. Thanks everybody that joined me for the live unboxing. That was insane. The generosity off the hook. Thank you guys. The community is just, again, I cannot express how much I love you guys. You're incredible. Let me know what you think about this. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Please like the video if you haven't done so. Please check out our Bat merch and everything else down below. And consider joining as well. That would really be awesome. So anyway, thank you guys so very much for watching. Let me know what you think about this piece from Prime One Studio. I love it. Love it. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the Batcave. Bye, everybody. Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these two awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.